Hey YouTubers, I thought I'd make another video. This is on my 2001 F-150 four-wheel drive, and we're going to be doing the rear end fluid change out. Not a whole lot of stuff is needed. Of course, you'll need a drain pan. Keep some rags around, pretty handy. We'll loosen these bolts here, drain these out, and then we'll put the new stuff in, with the new gasket on there and everything. I know this is kind of it's not a big job. It can be kind of a little bit dirty, but save you a lot of money instead of taking it to the dealership. Alright, pretty much got just a 1/2 inch set here with a little extension. We'll take these lower ones out and get this thing to drain. So I guess a 1/2 inch. Get these out. Well, these bolts here are pretty rusty. I think I'll set them in some type of oil for a little bit. Set these to the side here. What I'm trying to do is get the bottom ones out. Maybe pry at. But first we've got to loosen it all of them off. Let the airflow. This one was changed before at like 70,000. I know the books say lifetime, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of those lifetime fluids. I don't think I've ever seen them. Then they just say synthetic. I don't know when synthetic started turning into lifetime, but I'm not a big fan of that. But actually in the manual it says they're lifetime, but someone had changed this one out about 70,000, so it tells me that somebody thought it was a good idea to change it. Alright, so I'll just follow par. Take that off. These things got 2 tags on them to identify your rear end. They'll be on that bolt like that. Just don't lose that. You might need it one day. That one's loose, but I don't want to take them all out. Just the ones on the bottom. It's kind of nice. You don't have to, in these four-wheel drives, you don't have to jack them up in the air when you're doing little maintenance like this. Right, these are loose, but I'm just leaving it on top. I don't want them spilling all out, splashing all over me. So I'm going to leave them on there. Be right back. I'm going to go get a screwdriver so I can pry that open so we can get it draining. Alright, we're back. Just went and got a flat head screwdriver here. I'll pry it up underneath there. Let's see if I can get that to drain out. I see it starting to come. There we go. There we go. I just do a little bit slow right now, so I don't want to try not to make a big mess on the concrete. Yeah. Now this procedure pretty much worked with any rear end. I don't think too many of them have changed over the years. I had an 88 F-150, still running strong. Same procedure then. There we go. Pop that open a little bit more. Now, according to the manual, it says it holds about 5.5 pints. Why? I don't know. No one goes and buys a pint of rear end fluid or oil. It's always quarts. I don't know. So anyway, I've got 3 quarts of it to put back in. There we go. A little bit more there. It's not the prettiest looking stuff. All right, I'm going to let this drain out for a little bit. I'll be right back. All right. Let's get that draining a little more. Boy, look at that stuff. Not too pretty, is it? All right. For all you people out there want to see the inside of what the rear end looks like, there she is. Let that drain. Right now we're probably about right at 3 quarts is what I got in there so far. And of course you're going to have to take this out. I'm going to take this out and clean this thing up, this pan. And see how this edge of the old gasket is? Clean this thing up, sand it down. I'll probably take it and show you like a before and after of it. So let this thing drain out. Get all that junk and goo out of there. Now, one thing I've noticed with this one, as you can see, like up in here, on these right here, the last person that did this, they must have had just a already pre-made gasket. So I'm scraping all the way around here to get all this off. I have to switch sides here in a minute, so I'll move the camera, but it's not the easiest to get this stuff off. It's got to come off. It's got to be clean and wiped down and probably sanded a little bit. Try not to get any on the inside there. And you can tell it's already like a manufactured gasket, like that. Just toss it in there. Just pick a spot that you want to start with and go all the way around. Like I say, try not to get those pieces on the inside there. Make sure you're steering clear of that. Best you can all the way around. These big pieces here peel off pretty good, but the smaller ones are probably take some sandpaper to it. And of course, this brake line is on top of it is not in the best spot to try to work on. All right, here it is. It's coming. Oh, there we go. That off. Just keep working on it. All right. Glad I got safety glasses on. There we go. It's coming. The gasket's almost like paper. seems like the worst of it's right up there. I have to get some penetrating oil to get that off. Seems to be my go-to stuff when I can't get anything off. And if you got a metal putty knife, it'd probably be better. I'm just using this plastic one here. Didn't see my metal one laying around out there. I don't do a lot of painting anyway. There we go. It's coming off. Just gotta elbow grease it. Oh, and if yours has a spare tire right here in the way, might be nice to take it off. I'm just going to try to work around it, I guess. And all the big chunks are off there. I'm going to take a look. See what she's looking like now. Wipe around and down and away. Don't wipe in. Try to keep that clean as you can right through there. Alright, I think I'm going to grab a little sandpaper and go around the edges real quick. Alright, got a little sandpaper. And go around the edges here. Start in one spot and go all the way around. Try to keep it from going on the inside there. Push it away. Don't want any edges in there for where the old gasket was. Now for the top. I don't want anything going down in there. I'm going to set this like clean rag like right here. On top right there so I can see in this top part. Got a little brush here, a little wire brush too. I'm not going to use like the impact or nothing on it. I'm just going to scrub it. I had a little stubborn piece up here. I didn't want to come off, and I didn't have any steel wool on me, so I'll use that. That seemed to help it out right there. All the way around. Looking pretty good now. Let me feel it. A small piece right there. It's been kind of stubborn for me. If I had screwdriver here. It's basically because of that brake line. Alright. Now, pull this off, wipe down, and away. Real easy like. All sanded and clean. There we go. This part's all done. Now I don't want a new rag here. I'm going to cover this up. I don't want a bunch of debris getting in there. Don't want to replace the rear end. Alright, we're gonna go clean this pan up now. Alright, so I'm out here. As you can see, all that gasket's gotta come off. So just grab your putty knife and get to work, scraping as you can. Get some of this big pieces off here. There. Some of it comes off pretty good, but some of it's not. It's like the bigger pieces want to slide right off, and then you get to these smaller ones, they're a little bit stubborn. Yeah, that's a good word. Stubborn. Go all the way around. All the way around. Alright. I got a little wire brush here, like that, so I'll scrub it too. Try to get it off. Not real hard. Sandpaper. Nice and smooth. There you go. Looks like all the gasket's off. A little stubborn spot right there. There we go. It came off. Don't get in a rush. Now the outside is pretty much anything you want to do to it. A lot of people sand these down, paint them, do whatever. Right here. Alright, I'm just going to go over there and rinse it off real good and clean it up. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Basically just took the water to it and a rag, clean rag, and wiped it all out everywhere. It's going to feel oily and gooey. Just make sure ain't no big pieces in there. This is going to be facing the inside of those gears, so you don't want it to be too bad. So make sure it's nice and clean. And we'll go get the gasket. Maker and start making us a gasket. That's what she looks like now. It was pretty nasty before. Shine it out there. I just don't want anything in there. Nothing at all. Alright. Let's go get the gasket maker. Alright, so this is what I'm using, that Permatex gasket maker. I just picked it up at O'Reilly's. This one right here, if you look at it, it's specialized formula for gear oil, for that rear end oil. Yeah, right here, for differentials and transfer cases. Now the instructions for these are to let these things set up for as long as you can. Some people do it for 24 hours. If you haven't got that kind of time or something, just you know, let it set as long as you can. Start in one corner. Start squeezing that stuff out here. See if the hole's big enough. Alright. May have to cut that hole bigger, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, let me cut that hole a little bit bigger. Box cutters. Try it now. They always say do one continuous loop. Be right back. Here we go. If I do it again, I'd cut the hole a little bit bigger. May take 2 of these because I think that's what I got was 2 of them. I think I will cut the hole a little bit bigger. Pretty thick. I mean, the other gasket did work. I never saw it leaking or anything. So I guess you could buy you one. You don't want to do this. Stuff out of there. They would make these things in a little gun. A lot easier, wouldn't it? I think I'll loop it around this way. There we go. It's all the way around there. Any places it might look a little bit small or something, or didn't have a continuous, just go through it and add it. It'll take a while to set up. Don't want any gaps. That's where the leaks will come. Looks pretty good. It's a little thin through here. Maybe I'll just thicken that up a little bit. Alright, we'll let this sit up for a little bit. Okay, now these things do not have drain. That's why we took that cover off. But they do have a fill on the back right there. I sprayed a little PB blast from there. Basically, just take your 3/8 drive, put that box in right there, counterclockwise. That drain will come out. Or that plug, not a drain, sorry, plug, fill plug. Right there. It's got a little magnet on it. There you go. We're going to take that and we're going to go wipe that down real good. Now this is what it should look like when it's all cleaned off. I just took a rag and that little magnet catches a lot of little debris. Alright, so we got the cover setting up, hardened a little bit. This right here, I'm just going to put it right back in here so I don't lose it. Okay. I'm not going to crank it or anything like that, but I just don't want to lose that. And let's go take a look. I'll show you the fluid that we got. Now the recommended rear end oil for this vehicle is 75 140. I know this is Mobile One, it's not Motorcraft. Well, Motorcraft is very hard to find. For this, you pretty much have to go to a dealer, and it's going to be very expensive. But I run Mobile One in my engine, probably the most important part of the vehicle. So if I'm going to trust it for an engine, I'm going to trust it for the rear end. Now, this one right here contains, if you'll see right here, the limited slip friction modifier is included. So you don't have to buy that little 4, 8 ounce, whatever it is, a little bottle for like $7, $8 to add this. This already has it included. So I've got 3 quarts ready to go. Now, a little tip. If you haven't ordered this stuff yet, this right here, I got this off Amazon. I absolutely love it. It's like, I don't know, $6, $7. I'll show you how it works. This little pump right here. I already took the paper piece off this, but this right here will literally go in and just screw on. Just like that. And then you're just going to, I'll show you how we fill it. We'll put this up in there, and then we just pump it, and then you can pump it upside down even. And that's how you fill it in the back. Now, I did the front differential on this, and that's how I'm going to do the back one. I'm going to tell you, it just saves you from making a big mess and spilling half the stuff. This stuff's $20 a bottle. I ordered mine from O'Reilly's. I went in there and didn't have any, so they just said they would order me some, so I went and picked it up. So as soon as that's done setting up, we're going to go get started on doing the fill.